Hi everyone, welcome to our this week's session of Fit Anywhere. Hosted by me and of course Jeff. You know, um, so this week we are going to be in our Christmas in our holiday series. We are going to be talking about energy and lighting up our life. So a big welcome to all those of you tuning in Zoom and also Facebook Live. Okay, so
Yes.
who are we? Yeah, who are we to be talking about this energy? My name is Chris. So I've got a background. Uh, I've been doing sports ever since young. I'm in my early 30s. Highly active in sports. And over the past few years, I've been helping people with their in terms of a health consultant, right? Helping people improve their health, improve their weight, reduce their fat, and also improve their energy. So I've been doing sports and rugby since young. And Jeff, maybe you'd like to introduce yourself and actually just a quick anecdote in how I met Jeff. I met him, well into his fifth in when he in his 50s, looking like he was 30. Okay, on a mountain in Africa, and I straight away said this guy is quite incredible. He's super active in sports, but I'll let him tell you a bit more about himself.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, because my classmate is here, Dennis. So we yeah. So for those of you who are on Facebook Live, I don't think you will see Dennis's face, but I'm 61, and I love that I have the energy to live life well. Basically, fatigue happens to all of us. And trust me, especially when you reach 60, it really happens, seems to happen all the time. Right, Dennis? Okay. So I want to talk about it because sadly, fatigue doesn't only happen to the old folks. Fatigue happens to the young folks as well, including people like Chris, and even the teenagers say, I'm tired. Okay. So this is something about understanding fatigue. All right. And why does energy go down? Energy goes down because we don't have enough rest. Energy goes down because we don't have enough exercise. So funny, right? Okay. And then, of course, it could be because of health. And not only that, it can be because of mental or emotional health. Many of us, though, we think of nutrition, not enough nutrition. Okay. So how do we usually increase our energy? Okay. Very few people think of sleep and rest, right? Until we're dead dog tired, then we go into sleep and rest. But most of us, we major on eating. Okay. Wow, I need an energy bar. Wow, I need an energy drink. But guess what? An energy drink is more sugar. An energy bar is even more sugar. All right. And then this is the automatic thing. We think of coffee. Worse still, some people think of pick-me-ups, pet pills, and other things that will pick them up. But the problem is that we have enough fuel. We have enough fuel. Okay. What we don't have is the energy. What the heck does that mean? Yeah, well, it's true. Because if you look at that, when we eat more, we get more and more fuel until we start to have health issues. Yet we don't have the energy that we're aiming for.
Jim, maybe I can jump in on this. So, even in my 20s, as I was studying or maybe I was working, I'll have energy issues like what Jeff mentioned. It's not just, it's quite across the board, and I hear many of my friends complaining. But the issue, one of the biggest issues for this about me for me in terms of taking energy drinks and eating energy sugary bars is that while I will experience a short spike in terms of energy, I will feel even more doubly tired after when I feel the crash. Yeah. And it also causes me to put on weight, like what Jeff mentioned. So,
Mm.
yeah, it's just a temporary measure which will actually help make me feel worse after. So, I completely agree with Jeff on this.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's just terrible, right? So thanks, Chris. So, how do we use the fuel. So they were feeling energetic all the time. So a better way to increase energy is we need to look at the source of energy. Okay, we always think of the fuel, but fuel is not the source of energy. So what is the source of energy? It is some little thing we call an organelle, which is mitochondria, and this is the energy source in every cell of the body. Now I want to tell you, if we can get this energy source working well, you will feel more energetic, but beyond, and you will have more energy, but beyond that, your cells in the body will have more energy to do the things that they need to do. For example, your immune system will be more energetic to fight infection. Your muscle cells, which we all know, will be more energetic to do the things that we want to do. When the mitochondria is working well, the body also can heal itself better. Why? Because healing is built into all our cells. All right? Our cells are not meant to go rogue or to fade off, right? It happens when there isn't enough cellular energy. But when there is, the cells repair themselves. Now, so how does it work? Just a little bit of science here. Whether you take carbohydrates or protein or fat, all of it actually can be broken down into glucose. And this glucose then is further broken down into something we call adenosine triphosphate or ATP in the mitochondria. This ATP is combined with oxygen to produce energy. Okay, that's how it works. So if we have better mitochondria or more conditioned mitochondria, we can have more energy. Okay, because in this entire equation, there's only one thing that can vary it, and that is the condition of the mitochondria. Okay, hope that makes sense. So if this is the case, to have energy, yes, we should sleep and rest. No, we probably have enough food and fuel. Okay, yes, we should exercise. No coffee and pick-me-ups, but yes, we have a supplement that can help to condition the mitochondria so that you will have more energy throughout your body and in every cell of your body. And this is about how this product, R Square, was being developed. It was such cutting-edge science. It is totally natural, but such cutting-edge science that Discovery Channel featured it in a documentary, okay, entitled DNA, The Next Wave.
Scientific experiments at academic and commercial labs show that our genes do not control our fate.
Our research is beginning to reveal the reality that the aging process is a symphony that is being played in the body. And in order to play that symphony extremely well, you need an orchestra of genes being somewhat cooperating with each other to make sure that the aging symphony doesn't get out of tune.
Meet Dr. Joseph Chang. As a chief scientist of a privately funded lab, he's dedicated his life to nutritional intervention for the war on aging. He becomes interested in youth gene clusters related to mitochondria, tiny structures in our cells. These are miniature motors that fuel our bodies, maintaining our energy levels from cradle to grave.
Yeah, the mitochondria, like the battery, does drain over time. If we don't recharge the mitochondria battery, we won't have the energy needed to run the cell. And if the mitochondria doesn't function optimally, then these early signs of aging begin to appear.
On the other side of the world, partnering with Dr. Chang at a sister lab, is Dr. Josh Zhu. He's using his knowledge of the natural world to battle aging with the most unusual of ingredients. The scientist believes that he is getting close to discovering the key to resetting mitochondrial gene expression with the help of a fungus called Cordyceps sinensis.
Cordyceps sinensis is a fungal product, a natural product. It's just similar to any kind of a mushroom.
But this is no ordinary fungus. His studies have found that after taking Cordyceps sinensis, their exercise performance capability improved.
Cordyceps sinensis shortened recovery period and improved cardiovascular function.
Cordyceps sinensis drastically heightens endurance and energy metabolism and fights fatigue. The results indicate that Cordyceps sinensis could potentially counteract the strains of daily life that lead to aging.
We can see a Cordyceps sinensis not really just extend the lifespan, but healthy lifespan. We proved Cordyceps sinensis is really anti-aging herb.
Dr. Zhu's Cordyceps sinensis research is added to other blended ingredients to create Dr. Chang's anti-aging compound.
This is the first time ever where some of these natural ingredients, by using modern scientific methods, to demonstrate that it can actually extend lifespan.
That Discovery Channel video was created in 2012. Since then, of course, the product has since been launched, okay? And want to tell you that its primary benefits, okay? Of course, it raises and sustains baseline energy levels because of the mitochondrial reconditioning. But beyond that, because the cells are now better conditioned, it supports the body's ability to neutralize and remove cellular waste and toxic byproducts, okay? And of course, then it fortifies the cells against damage, okay? And because of this, the cells are able to function better. They are able to repair themselves. They are able to get and they are able to recover. Okay. Now you will hear some testimonies later, and in fact, I see one of the people who are in this Zoom today is Susan, and actually we're going to share about her testimony. We might just bring her on. What does this R-square product comprise? It does have a day and a night formula, okay? The day formula comprises 3 basic ingredients in a special blend, okay? Cordyceps sinensis, which you heard about, and then they integrated it with ginseng, which of course we all know as Asians, and also pomegranate. We might not be so aware of this one, okay? This conditions the mitochondria. But when the mitochondria are conditioned, you know, it's like an engine, right? Not only do you want good engine oil, guess what? The exhaust system needs to be good too. It needs to get rid of the waste better. So while R-square day does all of this, okay, we also have R-square night. And R-square night is a different products, different ingredients you can see there. But what it does is that it helps the body and the cells to detox. And because it detoxes, it's able to do better the next day, right? You can have the best engine, but guess what? If you seal up the exhaust pipe, the engine's not gonna work. The great news is that because it is a company of science, so the company did a treadmill test with 2 groups of mice, and we have a control group and the group that was fed R-square. Well, you can see here that after 5 weeks, the group that was fed R-square had a 63% increase in exercise time. The humans who have taken R-square, 90% of consumers say they feel an improvement in their fatigue levels. Okay, so I want to just share with you some of the testimonies of energy, of healing, of repair, of youth, and I'm just going to ask Chris to chat about this.
Thank you, G. So exactly like what Jeff mentioned, you know, so you've heard about the science behind it, you know. why it's important to really tackle the source of aging and the mitochondria, and more than just those temporary fixes, right? But let's look at it practically. When you really do those supplements, like what Jeff mentioned, even though they may be so fantastic, when you do take them, really, what is the practical effect of this energy in your body? Okay, so let's look at some real life examples to see how they fared. Okay, this is Veronica when she was years back when she was 48. Okay, and she was a standard, really busy, hardworking career professional in Singapore, like many of us are. But unfortunately, with her demanding work schedule and her family, she really didn't have energy. But when she took this, she immediately found the life. She got the spark back in her life, and she was able to enjoy it much more and not just feel tired when she wakes up, tired during the day during her meetings, and then even more tired in the evening. But this brought back the life to her life, the vigor to the life. Yeah. So okay, so this is John, an amazing person. But I'm gonna ask Jeff to tell you a bit more about him, this amazing guy. Okay.
I love his story, okay, because I'm 60 and sometimes I can feel the age. I can imagine how much harder it is at 70 odd, So he started to have the slowing down, the typical symptoms. But when his wife put him on R Square, he became so energetic. He celebrated his 80th birthday, by running his first marathon. I mean, it's just so amazing, right? And he's called the Iron Man among his friends. It involves energy, but it also involves fitness, and it involves recovery of the body, and it really does involve youth, right? So quite amazing.
It's such a big demand on your body, a marathon. I even haven't done it, So I guess so with that energy, so what these supplements do, like what the video, and the science behind the ingredients do, it brings your body operating at such a young state, that it can produce the same amount of energy that you did in your 20s. That's the kind of thing that we're looking at. So not only that, but when you reinvigorate the body and your body cells, and it produces more energy, one essential area, okay, that it channels the energy to is basically to repair your body, right? Because if it doesn't have enough energy for you to function normally and to operate normally, it doesn't have any excess energy to channel into repairing and recovering, right? But when your body is operating well in terms of producing energy, this is what can happen, right? So it really aids in recovery. So Kong Miu Hui, right? She was suffering from psoriasis, skin condition, and after taking this supplement, it allowed her body to repair itself. It gave it enough energy to do so, right? And of course, Jeff, you mentioned yourself that you are really passionate about healing, so
yeah, because I actually serve in church in the healing ministry. Too many of us are so dependent on medicine, and then we sometimes have an attitude that cannot be helped. Actually it can be helped. There's so many avenues for us, and I love that Miu Hui, even with an incurable condition, you can see it has helped. Okay, now we don't claim it cures.
Yep.
But one thing I can tell you is that when the body is in that right place, rest, exercise, nutrition, mental health, lack of stress, it puts itself it just helps itself. Okay, and that's so important.
Absolutely. Yeah. So and if Miu Hui was actually only 30, right? So even young people can benefit from this. So this is another lady, Sai Hong. So she's in her 50s, and you can see once again, her complexion not only improves, right, but also her foot recovered, and became better. And of course, this is one of our most amazing testimonials that we had. This gentleman in East Malaysia. So what happened is that actually he suffered a stroke, and for about like 1 year, he was in a wheelchair, in a kind of incontinent state. And then his wife gave him R squared, and then from in just he started being able to talk, right? And then soon after, in a few months later, he was actually able to stand and walk. Yeah. So this is stroke recovery, and because of his testimonial, the whole city that he was in really, really, a lot of people started on our supplements because of this.
I have Susan here, maybe just ask her a question or two. But she had arthritis. She had arthritis at 49.
Hi.
She couldn't really move. Hi, Sue. And the immobility caused her to put on weight, and that exacerbated her situation. Okay, just before I ask her any questions, just want to show you what has happened with her. The rightmost video was her exercising or showing her mobility earlier this year.
Morning exercises.
And I think that's just so amazing. Sue, maybe you would like to talk a little bit about how it has given you the healing.
Oh yeah. I actually took like sort of like the Rolls Royce set because I was kind of desperate, right? When you're stuck in a chair for a few years, you get a bit desperate, especially when you think about the decades to come. So I took R squared and Y span, but the first thing that happened, like within a couple of days, I felt more energetic. When you don't get to walk around much, you just your energy levels up. And I tried it. I felt more energetic. I felt more upbeat. So straight away I felt good. Then, when my arthritis was really severe, my doctors told me that I could, I was a candidate for double knee replacements, but I was too young. So since their replacement knees don't last forever, you just wait lah. So I was on painkillers for 4 years, and I was gaining weight and all sorts of things. I was getting, very sluggish. So I felt better. And then after about 6 weeks, I realized that I didn't need my walking stick anymore. I needed my walking stick and my braces and everything. And then suddenly I thought, I haven't had any bad days for some time. I think I'll walk without my walking stick. Look less auntie and old and not even auntie ama lah. Then after a couple more weeks, I took off one brace, then the other brace. Then I was great. After about 6 months, I ran a 5 kilometer race just to prove that I could do it. It's a mass race. I figured if my knee started to hurt, I could stop, and I finished it, and I got my medal and everything. So I can really say that it gave me an energy boost, and it really worked. I don't know what it did to clean up my cells and all that, but when I saw my doctor again after 6 months, he went, okay, I give you a 2-year open thing, and then after the 2 years, if you don't have any issues, I don't think you'll have any issues. You're just discharged lah. Don't need to come back.
Isn't that wonderful? And this is a condition that people say there's no cure. There's no cure. And I just want to say that it's about just the body healing itself. This is not to say that you don't need prayer. I mean, please exercise faith, but there is so much at our disposal that sometimes we don't realize. Okay, and of course you can age in reverse.
So basically, we're not just to reiterate, right? We're not saying that these supplements, natural supplements that we have, are panacea to all diseases, and all these conditions. No, what we're saying is that when you get that basic right, of allowing your body to produce energy naturally right from the source, you address a lot of ancillary issues, right? When you solve that base, that source, a lot of things get sorted out, and that's what we are saying, And once again, this gentleman down here, Bernard, when he took the R squared, he was taking it for energy, right? And he really felt good after that. But one of the side effects that actually happened was that his hair turned black, right? So once again, this is a great side effect, right? To something that really addresses energy as its source, when it improves your mitochondria. Yeah. Okay. And it helps you reverse aging. So really, we've seen us, the testimonies from a wide spectrum of people, having many different benefits on top of having increased energy, right? Um, and who is it for? It's really for all men and women above 18, right? For those who are feeling tired, sluggish, weighed down, fatigued, feel you've slept throughout the night, but you still feel tired in the morning, slow to get out of bed, you feel sleepy, you have to drink 3 to 4 cups of coffee to just stay awake after lunch, and when you get back home, you're just so tired, you can't do anything, can't spend time with your kids, or your family, or you just want to just collapse on the sofa and just veg out, right? So you're unable to engage in a fully active life and you have age-related issue, but really it's really for everybody. Yeah. Okay. And this is Monica Lam. Jeff, why don't you introduce her? She's yeah.
She's my hero. But when we met her, and when this video was taken, she was, I think, 74,
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Boy, she's doing a jump, she's just absolutely fabulous.
Thank you. Thanks, Chief. Yeah. Okay. So let's just wrap up real quickly. So there's more, right? There's what's more behind this. Aside from improving our health, right? There's an opportunity to earn income as well, right? Because there is a huge demand. How many of your friends, when you ask them how they are, they say, "Hey, feel tired," right? Mm-hmm. The market is huge. So how do we earn this extra income? It's just me, right? That's me, and I find and help 3 other people who are looking to improve their health and who are looking to help others improve their health also and make a difference in their lives, and on top of that, earn some additional income. So I find three, and I teach them how to find and train 3. So 3, 9, 27, 81, 24, 37, 29 for a total of 1092. Let's round it off to 1,000. So you've got 1,000 business partners in your organization. Let's say they just conservatively, move $2,000 of sales a month. That's a total organizational revenue of $2 million USD a month, right? Sorry, that's my chicken. Yeah. Okay. So New Skin pays commission on 5% of your organizational revenue. Okay. So 5% of 2 million, that's $100,000 a month. So so this is the potential of what is possible. And $100,000 US a month, it's a serious business. And I would say, hazard to say that it's the only serious business option out there, right? That you can do with no overheads, that you can do with no capital, no overheads, no experience, and you can even do it part-time on top of your current job or business or other pursuits that you're doing, right? So it's quite a unique opportunity in that sense, right? So if this interests you, please ask the person who invited you here. And we're approaching the holiday season, and of course, it's a season of gift giving, and as such, we've got a Christmas promotion, right? We've got some Christmas promotions on now, where you get some free gifts on top, if you come and take some of the supplements that we have, right? So do ask the person who invited you here.